My name is Teacher Evelyn, and I'm going live a little bit earlier than scheduled, earlier than promised. But you guys, I got everything done. I had a student cancel a class, so I did my feedbacks early. My kids are still sleeping, y'all. Okay, so my kids are still sleeping. Excuse me. I went downstairs, I got their sippy cups of milk ready, set them on their little toddler table, and they have books to look at. They don't have to watch TV during my live. And I actually recently I'm going to spend this first 15 minutes kind of storytelling. And then when 9:30 rolls around, then I'll go to the topics that I actually want to do. So I actually bought my kids a ton of books recently. And even though I sell Usborne books, and if you're interested in the link, here is the link to order through me. Usborne has fabulous books. Hello, Nikki. Welcome. Okay, so welcome. If you don't mind, give me a thumbs up. So today I'm going to talk about the raise requirements and break it down. I'm going to talk about a grammatical confusion we call the schwa. I'm going to break it down. I'm going to break down the complicated raise requirements and make them easy to understand. I'm going to break down what a schwa is and make it easy to understand and teach. And I'm going to tell you guys some funny stories. So since I'm starting this live early, I'm going to start off with the funny stories. So last night, I decided to either wake up or sleepwalk. Basically, I was half awake. I got up at 2:03 and I thought, what time do my classes start? I remember today it was different. It wasn't 5:30. It's a different time. Maybe it is 2. Let me go upstairs. Maybe I'm late for my classes. So I get up here and I'm like, oh, I wonder if I'm late for my classes. If I'm late for my classes, I'm 6 minutes late. So I log on and I'm like, I'm not 6 minutes late for my classes. I'm 4 hours early for my classes. So instead of my classes starting at 5:30 today, they started at 6. And at 2 a.m., I apparently thought that I was late to teach classes. So if you work for VIP Kid, maybe you've experienced that. If you've been with them long enough, maybe you've woken up from an afternoon nap and thought that you slept through your classes, or woke up earlier than expected in the morning and thought you were late. So I wanted to show you guys, I got these at Dollar Tree. These are colored ink pens. Okay, colored ink pens are my life. I love like journaling and taking notes. Good morning, Danny. Welcome. If you don't mind, give me a thumbs up. I started a little early, so I'm starting kind of with fun storytelling, but I'm also going to talk about the raise requirements and about the schwa sound at 9:30. So I've got a few minutes. So I went with my kids. Okay, I love getting things that we need or want at a discounted price, and I love adding a coupon to a discount. So I had a coupon on my email for a thrift store that I go to. That coupon was for 50% off if you spend $10. So I took my kids there to see if they have like clothes. I'm like, if I get a toy, it's got to be a pretty impressive toy because we're mostly here just to look for things that we need/want. So since I've been selling books online, well, I'm my only customer. I sold to myself. I bought through Facebook Marketplace a big bucket of books for $10. So I spent $10 and I got a ton of books. So I went through the books and there were some that I didn't like, maybe the subject of the book, or whatever, or maybe it was too torn apart or whatever. So I made a stack of the books that we didn't want, and I organized like the cardboard books and the paper books because I keep the paper books. I have a stash of paper books that I am saving up for when my kids are the age that they don't tear books up, and I give my kids tons of cardboard books. So we needed more to read. And a lot of these books were touch and feel and lift the flap, and my kids love those books. So I want to encourage my kids to start to learn to read words. Esther's starting to learn to spell and read simple words. And I'm going to read what you guys are writing in the comments in just a minute. So yeah, Esther's starting to learn how to read little words. So I'm starting to read books more with her. And I think I haven't started this yet, but the library has a program where you read 100 books before kindergarten, and I'm planning on doing that. So I just need to keep a list somewhere and keep track of what books we read and when, well, maybe not when, but what books we've read, so that my kids can get that prize or whatever it is when they get to 100 books. And it's just exciting to tell them we've read 100 books, you know. So I wanted to show you two cool things. I got this at Dollar Tree, so that's awesome. That's not the two cool things. Two cool things I got at the thrift store was isn't this gorgeous? Okay, so this was $4 at the thrift store plus 50% off. So it was $2 plus tax, which is a little bit. And I got this too. So I was thinking I want to use this in my classroom somewhere. Sorry, I lost my dino. Something like that. I'm going to figure it out in a little bit. But I thought, how cool is that? It's so neat. It's so pretty. So I don't know exactly how I want to set it up, but I'll figure it out in a little bit. So the funny story I told was that excuse me, I'm sorry. I don't like bending over on camera and picking things up, but sometimes you do what you got to do. Okay, so we have 4 people watching. One person's giving me a like. Thank you so much for that like. Thank you for showing up, guys. I'm going to read what you guys said. Nikki is with us, and she said morning, and Danny said morning. Amber said hello. Danny said Amber said I almost always freak out and think I have overslept. It will be like nighttime and I think it's morning. Yes, that's happened to me with afternoon naps before, but it happened at 2 a.m. when I could be sleeping. I have 4 likes. Thank you, all 4 of you. And Marianne is here too. So at 2:03 a.m. I woke up and I was like, I know I teach at a different time today, but I don't remember what time. I don't know where my cell phone is. I'm just going to put my shirt on and go upstairs and turn on my computer, and I hope I'm not 6 minutes late for class. So I thought there was a possibility of me being 6 minutes late for class at 2:06 a.m. when I could have been sleeping. And of course, I was 4 hours early for class. Classes started at 6 a.m. instead of 5:30 this morning. So I was right. It was a different time, but I didn't need to freak out. Anyway. So Mary Ann is here. Welcome. She says good morning. Amber says, hey, Danny, LOL. I finally made it. I have cut back on my teaching hours. Mary Ann said, yes, Amber, I have done the same thing. Hi, Danny. Hi, Mary Ann. Cute butterfly. Danny said, hi, I wasn't expecting you until 9:30. Yeah, my kids are still sleeping, and I had a cancellation. So I was able to finish my feedback early, so I thought I just want to jump on and just tell funny stories until 9:30, and at 9:30 I'll start talking about raise requirements and the schwa sound. So this is awesome. We have 6 people here. Hopefully I don't scare any of you away. Go ahead and click the like button. You guys like my butterflies, so I just showed that I got these butterflies at the thrift store. So yeah, I had a 50% off coupon for $10. And like I said, I bought a huge bucket of books for $10, and I separated out a few that I didn't necessarily want, either the subject or the condition of the book I didn't really like, and I kept a lot. But the ones that I didn't want, I donated to the thrift store, and I got a 20% off coupon. So then I asked them if they would allow me to separate my order, the 50% off the $10 coupon, and then the 20% off the rest. So I got some cute clothes for my kids and a couple more books. So the thrift store even had a wipe clean book. So I encourage you guys, go to the thrift store. Something cool about the thrift store is you can get discounted prices. You can add coupons to it. And if you think about it, in the realm of reduce, reuse, recycle, you're reusing. You're not buying something from a factory. You're buying something from someone that has been gently used, and you're using it again. So you're helping the planet in a way. So me, by being cheap, I'm helping the planet. You're welcome, planet. Speaking of planet, I wanted to show Danny, this is what I use. She asked us yesterday what we use for a map. This map is mostly for decoration. I use this when talking about the names of the oceans or where my students are from. Almost every class I say, where are you from? And they say, I'm from China. And I say, I'm from America. So this isn't a really specific map, but I have used it to say, you know, we're talking about Brazil. My husband's from Ecuador, you know, but yeah. So, and then I went to another thrift store. I had a 25% off coupon on my text message from them. They send me texts all the time with coupons. And this one's for my birthday. My birthday is April 22nd. I'm turning 31. And so on, I went there to use the 25% off coupon, and they told me, actually, in your account, you have a 30% off coupon. So I got my kids some cute clothes. I got a pretty skirt for me. Yeah. And I got colorful pens at Dollar Tree. And I took my kids to Dollar Tree. See, I gave a big chunk of my paycheck to my husband for bills and kind of reimbursing him. We recently got our van fixed, which was super expensive, but yeah. All right, so it's almost 9:30. We're going to be talking about raise requirements. I'm going to break it down for you, make a complicated topic more simple, and we're going to be talking about Schwa. I'm going to break it down for you, make a confusing topic more simple. All right, and before 9:30, I'm going to read all your comments and catch up on what you're saying. So y'all are saying hi to each other, and you like my butterflies. Mustard Seed Productions, welcome. They say, I love your butterflies. Hi, Kelly. I like the butterfly. I want the dino puppet. I'm going to try to win it with my tokens. I have a video about how to win it with your tokens. Once you have the correct amount of tokens, you have to log on. If you're Central Standard Time, it would be 11 a.m. exactly. Oh, my husband is calling me, and I'm going to call him back because that's okay. So I have a video about that on the exact time. It was 10 a.m. I think it's 11 a.m. now. It's noon. At noon in Beijing. So if you can Google when the exact time you need to log on, set an alarm. It's on Sunday. So I was in the middle of Sunday school class when I wanted to get my dino, and I actually was able to get an extra dino right here, and I got my dino puppet. And I got this dino earlier on. I've been with the company a long time. So I bought with $25, my first time buying a dino. I bought the dino pig because I saw it at a meetup, and I really just, you know, I had a rough weekend and I wanted to get myself a gift, and it's my birthday coming up. So I got myself a dino pig. Anyway, it's cute. I'll show it to you guys when it arrives. I just ordered it, so it'll be a while. Somebody said maybe my thrift stores don't have coupons. Sometimes thrift stores have discounts if you donate to them. Just ask them. Be careful of bed bugs when buying from thrift stores. Oh, yeah, that's true. I've never gotten bed bugs from anything, but you're right. Should be careful of that. Yes, Kelly, put stuffed animals and pillows and whatnot in the dryer on high heat. Okay. All right. Yes, I was just going to say that, Marianne. Everything goes through the dryer on high heat for 20 minutes when I buy them from the thrift store. That's a good idea. I just realized I'm using my corporate YouTube account, LOL. Mustard Seed Productions, what's your name? Oh, she said my name is Angie. Hey, Angie, are you a VIP Kid teacher? If it's something that can't go in the dryer, spray with permethrin before coming in the house. Okay, good to know. Saving my tokens for it. Very good. Oh, really? You can log in at a certain time and get it. If you don't log in at a certain time, you will not get it because they only have about a few hundred each week. And it used to be each month. So y'all are lucky now that it's each week. It used to be like 1,000 per month, and now it's like 300 per week. So you have to log on at a specific time, and they're gone within 5 minutes, the dinos. So, yeah, I have a video about that. But it's noon Beijing time on Sunday. Some thrift stores have discounts on certain days of the week or by colors. Yeah, there's a lot of thrift stores that do colored tags. Very good. So Angie, Mustard Seed Productions, said that she is writing her feedback now. Very good. I'm so funny. I don't care about getting a dino. Danny, I have concluded that you don't care about getting a dino because you teach older students. Our younger students, it's a great way to connect with them because having the same toy as a 5-year-old kid that's scared of you, it can be a great connection. So since you don't teach the younger ones, I mean, it's not really needed. It's just kind of fun. Amber said, I did not know that. I thought they're just a random drawing. Oh, if you do a drawing one, then for me, the drawings are a waste of tokens because, okay, I've been with the company 16 months. I've done a few drawings and I've never won. So I feel like it's just throwing your tokens away unless you're like more lucky than me. So I'm going to read y'all's comments and then I'm going to start talking because it's 9:32. Start talking about our topics. It says, at 11:10 your time, I'm going to a Go-Go Kid workshop. I'll come back later and watch whatever I missed. Okay. Sounds good. That's what Kelly said. All right. So I'm going to try to get through these topics before 10 a.m. But we'll see. I get my younglings at Go-Go Kid. Yeah, Go-Go Kid doesn't have a dino. Danny, I have dino pig. Marianne says, Danny, I have dino pig, dino pig, dino dog, and dino puppet. The little kids absolutely love them. I might get a dino dog eventually or a dino panda, but I wanted the dino pig. Why does Go-Go Kid have an egg? LOL, strange mascot. So yeah, I'll talk about mascots on a different video. Today, I'm talking about raise requirements and the schwa sound. I'm going to talk about schwa first because it's actually pretty simple. Yesterday on Danny's live, I gave the wrong definition of a schwa. I was wrong. I said when you put two different vowel sounds are together, that's a diphthong. That's not a schwa. I'm sorry. I got my definitions mixed around. But I looked it up. I'm giving you accurate information. These are schwa. All right, the schwa. This is the symbol used for schwa. It's coming from the Hebrew. I think the symbol's from the Hebrew. People kept saying that Hanukkah has 2 schwas. On Facebook, people were talking about schwa. I looked on Facebook and Google to make sure I'm giving you guys accurate information. The schwa is a muffled sound that is heard in countless English words. Why do we teach it in English class? We teach it because it is the most common vowel sound in English. That was surprising to me. I was like, why do we have to teach this? I did not find anyone saying this, but I feel like the schwa sound comes from 2 things. From English being a living language and from laziness. And no one says that, but I think our pronunciation, not pronunciation. I always say pronunciation, and people are like, you pronounce that wrong. I'm like, Our pronunciation, if I say pronunciation, my bad, of words have changed over time. We used to speak more properly. Now we speak more relaxed. So I think the schwa sound a lot of times comes from just our living language has relaxed over time. And I think in America, we use the schwa more than in England. I didn't find that written anywhere. That's just my personal opinion, but handsome is the relaxed sound instead of handsome. It's not handsome. It's handsome. Freedom. Develop. Bulletin. Exercise. Wait, exercise. I can't read, guys. I'm an English teacher that can't read. Experiment. Exercise doesn't have a schwa, my bad. Experiment. About. A dog. A cat. Corral. So, coral. Anytime there's like could, and it could be coming from any of the vowels, guys. It doesn't have to be an O. So it's like a short U sound, kind of, but it's with other letters, other vowel letters. So it can be an A, like about. It can be an I, like experiment. It can be an E, like bulletin. But yeah, let's say that one more time. The schwa is a muffled sound that is heard in countless English words. It is the most common vowel sound, which is surprising to me. Handsome, handsome. Freedom, freedom. Develop, develop. Bulletin, bulletin. Experiment, experiment. About. So I feel like in the past and in other countries, the schwa sound is used less, but that is in the present day in America, we use the schwa sound. We throw it in anywhere we want to, anytime we're talking. And the funny thing is, you might not have a schwa sound when you are saying one individual word to teach proper English to someone in China. Experiment. Experiment might sound more like it has an I when you say it by yourself. But when you're speaking normal English sentences, you're going to say experiment. And it's going to have the in it. And the reason we need to teach the kids in China this is because they're going to be hearing it. They're not going to hear us say experiment. They're going to hear us say experiment. And so they need to handsome, freedom, develop. So we don't say develop. We say develop. So it's sort of a lazy sound. So yeah. Yeah, it's good. Teacher Kelly says it's good we're teaching this because it's how people really talk. When I was learning Spanish, we sometimes struggled with, in missionary language school, we sometimes struggled with like learning how to put how the words run together in Spanish and in English too. When we're talking, we don't speak with individual words and spaces and breaths in between each word. We fluently say all the words run together. And that can be difficult when listening to people speak and when trying to speak in another language. And in many countries, parts of words get chopped off out of laziness or out of lack of education or just out of it being a living language that changes. So when you learn Spanish and then you go to another country, they may, oftentimes in the city, they speak more educated, more properly. And in America, it's this way too. And in the country, they speak a lot more slang, a lot more lazily, a lot more run together, and a lot more chopping off parts of the words. My grandpa is from Missouri, and he passed away, but he spoke very country, and it would crack me up listening to him talk. He loved square dancing, and he was a plumber, and he just talked very country, and so I'm sure there were plenty of schwas in his words, right? Plumber. He was a plumber. All right, let's talk about raise requirements. This is a chart that can be found on the website if you dig and search well, or if you just search Facebook and find somebody that screenshot it for you like I did. This is the raise requirement chart. And if you would like, I'm especially talking to Danny, if you would like, I can email you these raise requirements, the actual chart. But this is the chart. I copied it down. I can show you on my phone if you give me just a moment to pop it up. Okay, so sorry. Going back to the schwa really quick because I want to show you. This is the slide that you could see with VIP Kid. Okay, the schwa sound is a short, weak vowel sound. The vowel O can make the schwa sound. Carol, freedom, corral, handsome. So we see those red letters are the schwa sound. So it's not explained as well as Google explained it, but remember, we're trying to break it down in simple English, right? Okay, let's see here. This is the chart that I put on my whiteboard. Okay. See that? This is a point system that's complicated for getting a raise with VIP Kid. If you're new to the raise requirements, buckle up. It's a little complicated. Or if you're familiar with them, but you need a refreshing, here we are. So yeah. Okay. The base rate adjustment indicators. There are 5 indicators that VIP Kid will assess during the base rate adjustment process, aka possible raise. Each indicator will generate the base rate adjustment resolution. Resolution will depend on the total amount of points from the 12-month period. One of the indicators is compulsory. The number of finished classes needs to be higher than 1,200 in the previous 12 months in order to be eligible for a favorable adjustment. Points accumulate according to the following table. So in other words, if you don't have one of the 2-point things, if you don't meet the requirements for one of the 2 points, but you have everything else, then you are good to go. You can get a raise. Because you have to have, let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You have to have 10 points, but there's 12 points possible. But if you do not have 1,200 classes minimum taught, that is including regular finished classes, student no-show, and teacher IT. Not teacher IT. I did that wrong. Sorry, student IT. My bad. Teacher ITs do not count. So in other words, it's not your fault. You showed up for class. It's the student's fault for not showing up or having an IT issue. Okay. So the required one that you have to have is a minimum of 1,200. And you have to have all but one of the other ones. All right. In 1 year, that is either first and second contract or third and fourth contract. In 1 year, or fifth and sixth, right? In 1 year, you can only have a maximum of 2 teacher no-shows. So I did not meet this requirement, but I met all the other requirements. That's how I got a raise. My first time around. This time around, I'm on the 3rd contract and I've already had 2 teacher no-shows. So, so far I haven't gone over that, but we'll see what happens. Trying my best, guys, but it's hard. I see that I'm getting some questions. Okay. Teacher Kelly Tag says, do soft and medium cancellations count? I was wondering that too, and I think I have a correct answer for that question. For teacher no-shows, it has a maximum of 2, and that's counting. For the teacher no-shows, it's just teacher no-shows if you don't show up, and if it's not a soft or medium cancellation. So like when I say I have 2 teacher no-shows, I have 2 unexcused teacher no-shows. I also have 2 soft cancellations now, thanks to this lovely weekend I had. All right. So the answer to that is no. The second one is your cancellation rate. So you cannot have more than 0.6% of your classes canceled. That's including Teacher no-show 2 hour, as in you canceled it within 2 hours. Cancellation within 24 hours or cancellation before 24 hours. All of those are counted in the cancellation rate. Now, as far as I know, all of the teachers believe that soft and medium cancellations do not count under here. I know soft cancellations don't. The chart doesn't say, but it doesn't mention soft and medium cancellations. I'm pretty sure when I got the soft cancellation, it said that it will not count against me on any of this kind of stuff. It won't count against me pay rate. It won't count against me for a raise. It won't count against me because it's a soft cancellation. I had an emergency situation and they excused my absence. Finished classes. This is the one requirement for a raise, that you have to meet this. And I thought that I was lacking 60 classes, but I was wrong. I thought I did not get a raise, and then I did. I was surprised, and I later found out why, and I'll tell you why. You have to have 1,200 taught classes in those two contracts, either first and second contract or third and fourth. So that means when I started my third contract, I started over with counting the 1,200. I don't get to count my classes from my first two contracts. So within the 12 months, I need 1,200 classes taught. Now, the reason why is I was just counting my regular finished classes, but it included student no-show and student IT. So, yeah. All right. The next requirement for 2 points, these are the points right here, for 2 points is finished PPT. PPT classes are, there's 4 classes a day that are PPT for, you'll see on the chart, it'll say PPT, but it's basically our rush hour. It's 2 hours every day. And they want you to teach 600 of those classes. Number of classes taught PPT in 12 months. And, yeah. The 5 Apple rating. This is not looking at your average. It's looking at least 25% of the classes that you have taught have left you 5 apples. So yeah, now I'm going to look at your questions. First, some of the things you're talking about is the Schwa. Okay. It's like, why is it called a Schwa? That's coming from Hebrew. It's a Hebrew word for that sound. That's what Danny's asking. Why is it called a Schwa? It's like a lazy sound. Kelly, maybe next year. I get confused because it's an egg, but they call it a uni. Oh, you guys are talking about the... Okay. Danny goes, sound. Thank you for taking the time to do this. No problem. I needed a topic for today, so thank you for giving me ideas. That's crazy for confusing for our poor kids too. Unless we break it down and make it simple and just say it. That's a schwa. They don't have to memorize the word schwa. I mean, I guess they do. It's confusing. It's good we're talking about it because that's how people really talk. Spanish is easier. Vowels and consonants only have their own definite sound. You are exactly right. English is confusing. Sweetheart, I'll be done in 5 minutes, baby. You want what, baby? You want a bucket? You're throwing up? 1 second. I will be right back. You're throwing up, honey? Here you go, here you go. There's a bucket. You can throw up in there, okay? But can you take those 2 little things out of it? Why are you throwing up, sweetheart? Did you throw up yet? Okay, put your hair back behind your shoulders. I'll be done in 1 minute, okay? Okay, y'all. So I have a 4-year-old who's sick to her stomach. So I'm gonna have to go. If you all have any questions, I will talk about it on Tuesday. Okay, bye.